What if the biggest secret in From isn't what the man in yellow is, but what he wants? What if every strange event in this town, every death, every vision, every monster, and every impossible coincidence has been leading to one thing? And what if the man in yellow isn't trying to stop the residents from escaping at all? Because after watching the Season 4, Episode 9 trailer, I think there's a much darker possibility.
Thanks for coming.
Before we dive in, if you love Deep From theories, breakdowns and hidden clues, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with another From fan. It really helps the channel reach more people who are obsessed with this mystery as much as we are. And of course, spoiler warning, fawning for From Season 4 and the Episode 9 trailer. Now let's talk about the man in yellow. Ever since his introduction, fans have treated him like the final boss of the series. The ultimate villain, the force behind the town, the monster controlling everything from the shadows. But what if that's exactly what the show wants us to believe? The trailer for Episode 9, appropriately titled The Calm Before, feels different. Not because it gives us answers, but because it changes the questions we should be asking. The official synopsis tells us that the residents stand at a crossroads unlike any they've faced before, while Boyd puts a dangerous plan into motion. That wording is important. A crossroads implies a choice, a moment where multiple paths are possible, a point where the future can still change. And whenever From starts talking about choices, somebody is usually being manipulated. That's where the man in yellow comes in.
We need to find out about the man in yellow.
What does this have to do with the man in yellow?
Everything.
For years, we've assumed he has been preventing people from learning the truth. We know he appears when characters get close to major discoveries. We know he is connected to Tabitha and Jade's growing understanding of the town. And we know
you're about to unleash a type of suffering you can't even begin to imagine.
That knowledge seems to provoke a reaction from him. But here's the question nobody is asking. What if the man in yellow doesn't fear knowledge? What if he wants specific people to discover specific truths? Think about it. If he truly wanted everyone complete ignorant, why allow so many clues to survive? Why allow Victor's drawings? Why allow the bottle tree? Why allow the children, the visions, the symbols, the memories, and the repeated cycles? What if information isn't escaping his control? What if information is the control? The more I think about it, the more the man in yellow feels less like a jailer and more like a gatekeeper, a figure who decides who learns the truth and when they learn it. That would explain why different characters receive different pieces of the puzzle. Victor knows things nobody else knows. Tabitha sees things nobody else sees. Jade understands symbols nobody else understands. Boyd experiences events nobody else experiences, almost as if each character is being guided toward a specific role. And that leads to what might be the man in yellow's biggest secret. What if the town isn't a prison? What if it's a selection process? A machine designed to identify specific people, a place that tests them, breaks them, reshapes them, and eventually reveals who they truly are. Suddenly, the recurring theme of sacrifice starts to make more sense. Suddenly, the repeated cycles start to make more sense. And suddenly, the man in yellow stops looking like the creator of the game and starts looking like its administrator. Someone enforcing rules that existed long before he arrived. The Episode 9 trailer may be setting up exactly that revelation. Because if Boyd's dangerous plan succeeds, the town could be forced into a state we've never seen before. And if the town changes, the man in yellow may finally be forced to reveal what his actual purpose is. Not who he is, not where he came from, but why he's here. Because those are two very different mysteries. Who is the man in yellow? That's the question the characters are asking. Was the man in yellow here? That may be the question that finally unlocks the entire show. So let me ask you this. Do you think the man in yellow is the true villain of From? Or do you think he's protecting a secret that's even worse than he is? Let me know in the comments, because Episode 9 might completely change how we see this character forever. But there is another detail in the Episode 9 trailer that many fans may have overlooked. Throughout From, the town has always reacted whenever someone gets too close to understanding how everything works. Whether it was Jade's obsession with the symbol, Tabitha's visions, or Victor's memories of the past, the town seemed determined to keep certain secrets buried. The question is why? If escaping is the ultimate goal, then discovering the truth should help the residents. Instead, every new revelation seems to bring even greater danger. That pattern suggests there may be a reason the truth has been hidden for so long. This is where the man in yellow becomes incredibly important. Unlike the creatures that hunt people at night, his actions often seem focused on influencing decisions rather than causing direct harm. He appears at critical moments when characters are on the verge of discovering something significant. That raises a disturbing possibility. What if his mission isn't to kill people at all? What if his real purpose is to prevent them from crossing a line they don't even realize exists? If that's true, then everything we've assumed about his role in the story could be completely wrong. The trailer also seems to hint that the town's history is much older than anyone realizes. Victor has repeatedly suggested that cycles have happened before, with entire groups of people arriving, struggling, and ultimately disappearing. If these cycles are real, then someone or something must be maintaining them. The man in yellow could be connected to that process. He may have witnessed countless versions of these events play out over the years, watching the same mistakes repeat themselves again and again. That would explain why he often appears calm and almost unconcerned, even when chaos is unfolding around him. Another possibility is that the town itself is not the true threat. Fans naturally focus on the monsters because they are the most visible danger, but From has always hinted at larger forces operating behind the scenes. The creatures might simply be symptoms of a much deeper problem. If the man in yellow understands the true nature of the town, then his actions could be motivated by a desire to contain whatever lies at the center of it all. In that scenario, the residents aren't trapped because someone wants them to suffer. They're trapped because letting them leave could unleash something far worse. And that brings us back to episode 9. The trailer feels different from previous episodes because it creates the sense that a major revelation is approaching. The title, The Calm Before, suggests that everything happening now is only setting the stage for something much larger. Whether it's a war, an escape attempt, or the unveiling of the town's greatest secret, one thing seems certain: the man in yellow is at the center of it. If these clues are pointing in the right direction, then episode 9 may finally reveal why he has been watching from the shadows all this time, and why the truth could be more terrifying than any monster we've seen so far. What makes this theory even more compelling is the way the trailer frames Boyd's journey. Boyd has spent years trying to protect the people of the town while searching for a way out, but every step forward seems to create even bigger problems. The more answers he finds, the more questions emerge. If the man in yellow truly understands what's happening, then Boyd may be walking directly into a trap without realizing it. The trailer repeatedly emphasizes uncertainty and fear, suggesting that the characters are approaching a truth they may not be prepared to face. And in From, knowledge often comes with a devastating cost. There is also the mystery of why certain individuals appear to have a special connection to the town. Victor, Tabitha, Jade, and Boyd have all experienced visions, encounters, or revelations that separate them from the other residents. This cannot be a coincidence. The trailer seems to hint that these connections are becoming stronger as the story progresses. What if the town is deliberately choosing people? What if some residents are being guided toward a specific purpose, while others are simply caught in the middle of events they don't understand? If that's the case, then the man in yellow may not be hunting these characters at all. He may be watching them because they are essential to whatever comes next. Perhaps the most terrifying possibility is that the residents have misunderstood their situation from the very beginning. For years, everyone has assumed that escape is the solution. But what if leaving isn't the end of the nightmare? What if the town exists for a reason, serving as a barrier between our world and something much darker? The episode 9 trailer gives the impression that a major shift is coming, one that could force the characters to question everything they believe.